Muy buenas noches, bienvenidos una vez más a FCTV. Yo soy Jorge Iturralde. Hoy tenemos un programa muy especial. The show tonight is going to be in English, but let me introduce it in Spanish very quick and then we do the switch over. Yo soy Jorge Iturralde, les decía, estamos en FCTV. Hoy es un programa especial porque tenemos invitados especiales. Además vamos a hablar de lo que fue el primer partido oficial ya en casa del Austin FC. Y también vamos a platicar acerca de lo que viene, los resultados, todo lo demás. No se les olvide seguirnos, la mejor cobertura del FC en español, del Austin FC en español, sin duda, pero sin duda la encuentran en clubdeportes.com y en todas las plataformas digitales. No se les olvide seguirnos también Twitter, @clubdeportes y el personal @Jorge Iturralde. Y ahora sí, vámonos a la cámara número 3. Señor Gerardo, porque we're going to start now the switch over in English because we have a very special guest, which I'm going to, Tocayo, if you let me, I'm going to introduce him first. Mr. Mark Turner, welcome.
Thank you so much, Jorge. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, before we go, Jorge Chavez is almost like a person of...
I pretty much live here.
Yeah, it's kind of, Chiqui Whiskey doesn't laugh when Jorge's
he loves me. Chiqui Whiskey loves me, yeah.
Anyways, before we go there, before we start talking about the game and everything that we're going to have at this table tonight, Mark, tell us a little bit about your work. You are a writer on Last Word on Soccer.
There you go. Yes. So I write for Last Word on Soccer, who are a part of an organization called Last Word on Sport. And obviously we focus on soccer, and I specifically focus on Austin. I've been working with Austin now for about 2 years. Prior to that, I was covering the Switchbacks, the Colorado Springs Switchbacks in USL, and did that for almost 5 years in various different guises. Some writing, some podcasting, a little commentating, covered a few Open Cup games. So but just delighted to be here in Austin and covering Austin.
How do you like Austin?
Oh, love it. I mean, I love Colorado. I think I've lived in two of the best places in this country. Colorado Springs and then Austin. So yeah, love it.
Okay, well, it's a good combination, right? Over there, they sell some stuff, and over here, you come and party.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, right. What is that shirt, the one you have?
I am so glad you asked. I've been here for an hour and he hasn't said anything.
Well, he saved it for the...
I was thinking, that's not the logo for Walmart or for Target. What is it?
So this is a limited edition commemorative England jersey, and it was one of a series done, this is probably 10 years ago now, where Umbro decided to do a national jersey for Brazil, for Italy, for England, for various other countries, and they had local artists in those countries design kind of an alternative badge for the jersey. So this actually is a badge designed by a guy called Ben Ayn, who's a street artist in England. He's a graffiti artist.
Okay.
And this is one of a limited number of shirts. And so every now and then I like to pull it out, and I don't wear it that much.
For special occasions.
If I wash it and it falls apart, I'll be devastated. It's irreplaceable. So.
Well, once you're talking about special editions, you have also another special edition.
I have a special edition. I mean, a lot of work went into by Brad Stroud. Greetings to you. And just honestly pestering the front office to release this kit. I think he put out 40 days of tweets to bring this thing out, and sure enough, I mean, they had a limited edition run of these jerseys for the goalkeeper. And I was just telling Mark and whoever I hear, I didn't even know it was going to be released, and I was at the Verde store, just coincidence. And when they released the kit at the stores, I was like, oh, I gotta get me one of those. So
it looks good. It looks
really sharp. Yeah, and so there aren't any more. They sold out. They had a limited run, like I said.
But it's incredible. Everything that Austin FC does, it's sold out. It's just like all the people is very into the team and into the whatever is around the team.
I like the shirt, but I want the azul. I want the blue version.
The blue one?
Version, yeah. That one's even going to be more limited edition.
Yeah, but I think both are good. I mean, I would say the green one. I like better the green one.
Yeah, because it's verde.
Because it's verde.
Gotta stay with the theme of the.
You know the Leon. I'm a fan. Leon's fan in Mexico.
Leon,
That's great.
Leon,
so everything in relation with the green, it's like perfect.
So this, yeah.
Oh, I didn't show you this before, but this is something that I got.
Very cool.
Just for the red decoration. We have some stuff there that donations from the anthem, which another thing is, and the opening day was amazing. Amazing. That's the word. The game, we're not going to talk about the game yet because that's not really something good or something that we need to.
Seems like a repeat conversation for some of those things.
It was entertaining. It didn't finish in the way we like.
Yes.
So.
Well, today, this Saturday last Saturday was different because I think the opportunities were there.
Yeah.
But just, what Josh Wolf can do with these guys.
With the people he's got.
I asked him yesterday. I don't know if you were there on the
press conference.
On the press conference, but I asked him yesterday. What can you do with these players that they seem to be all nervous, all with that pressure of they need to score, and they can't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making a lot of money, especially three of them.
Yeah.
So and they don't make. They're not scoring.
Yeah, it doesn't correspond. I mean, when you struggle with goals, when you're in a goal drought, there are really three ways to address it. The first is you need to improve your shot accuracy. The second is you need to improve your decision making. The third is you need to change personnel, right? So I think the club has focused pretty heavily on the first two, right? Trying to get the guys to make the right shot at the right time. He talked, if you remember, Josh Wolf talked, if you remember, after the press conference on Saturday about John Gallagher's performance and how well he played. He was taking on his man and he was getting him behind defence. And then Wolf went on to say, but we've got to make better decisions, right, when we get into those positions. I thought Gallagher had a great game, but a couple of the decisions he made, the ball didn't go in the right place. So there's work that needs to be done there. But if you look at that third piece and you look at personnel, man, that transfer window cannot come around quickly enough. We need somebody who's going to give us 15 goals. We're running out of games here. It doesn't seem like it, but Minnesota's game 10.
Well, but this game with San Jose, on the paper, it looked like it was going to be. I mean, I even asked him. I asked Josh Wolf. I said, San Jose is going to pay for everything that.
I remember.
And we ended sharing or thanking Stuber because.
I mean that's kind of why I brought the shirt on purpose, because that's who I wanted to talk about. That we can't keep relying on Stuber being Stuber for 9 games already and for the rest of the season. He's phenomenal. Nothing wrong with picking him, but we pick him for every man of the match because he is the man of the match for every game. We can't win with a goalkeeper. I mean, we can only stop goals. So, like Mark said, we need somebody that, I don't know if it's a mental thing that they're just trying too hard, and just not going through their game action, but. They need to do. Somebody needs to do something, and
we're gonna talk a little more about that because we have all the excitement of and the disappointment of because it's a disappointment. Having the 0-0 at home in the opening game with a very not too strong team, and it's kind of disappointment. But let's talk about the beginning. Let's talk about what you guys did. Look at that, man! It's incredible. Yep. That work, Jorge. You participate creating that tifo.
Yeah, I mean the tifo was incredible. I mean, all credit to Los Verdes who organized all the other SGs to help out with the painting, with the designing. They've been at it for probably a month, maybe more or less, from sketching, from finding a place to have the warehouse. For the tifo, all sorts of stuff that they did. They organized the volunteers. They just spread out the word. They even got people to not put out selfies of the tifo on their social networks, because all of us in the community wanted this to be a surprise, a gift for Austin and the soccer community. And I think we did that. I mean, we got a lot of compliments on social media
everywhere.
Not just from other MLS fan group people but from all over the world. We just got good coverage and so a lot of work went into that, and credit to all the people that organized it. Katie Ensign from Los Verdes, Rigo obviously was very much involved. Gabriela, Mateo, all those guys were organized it so well. So it was really a pleasure. I did. There were a couple of times I spent. I was there till 1 a.m. painting this thing. Especially this past week was a little rigorous, trying to organize things. A lot of engineering went into it. A lot of patience went into it. A lot of organization. So it really was a pleasure to work on that TIFO.
And who are they, or can you describe a little bit? Yeah, because I can't see. Oh, but first let me show you.
Let's talk about this guy.
Let me talk about the El Jefe Verde. That's the way we baptize him, El Jefe Verde, because he's El Jefe.
Yeah.
Basically, it's his team, and he's always there, man. I bet you one of those days he's gonna be on the stands somewhere in the world with the team.
Yeah, he's definitely a capo material, put it that way. Yeah. But,
exactly.
But he's been very instrumental in.
Do you like El Jefe Verde?
Jefe Verde is fine.
You like El Jefe Verde?
If you say so.
Okay, so
I want to give a shout out to the artist as well. Is it Yulo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who designed all of this and stenciled everything, and obviously led the painting efforts as well. What an incredible artist! Definitely worth checking out Instagram and the website.
And look at the back. I mean, the combination of the tifo and this big screen on the back. I mean, it's really amazing.
It just blended really well. It all blended out really, really well.
We were on Mark and I. We were separate, but on the same press box, and we didn't hear anything. I mean, over there it was like no noise.
Yeah.
As soon as you open the door, like it's like amazing. Really, really.
Yeah.
I know some press boxes in different places. They have the windows so you can open it.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That would be nice. I mean, and I was in front, which I want to thank Laura for that. I was right in front of the first row.
First row, yeah.
I think you too. Mm-hmm. But the problem with us, it was like the TV. Like if you wanted to see a replay.
Replayer.
You have to go like this. And
that's why I have my iPad right there.
That's what I'm going to do next time.
That's
what
I'm gonna do next
time.
It's interesting you should say that about the noise, because you're right, the press box is pretty well soundproofed. And I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but I have an accent.
Really? I thought it was an East Texas thing.
Not from around here. I'm originally from Arkansas. So, I come from the cradle of the game, and everything in England is ancient. My team, Nottingham Forest, were founded in 1865. Oh, so, you follow your father and your grandfather and his father before him. And so to have this opportunity as an Englishman to be in a stadium when a team plays its first ever match, that's just something I never get to experience back home. So I made a point of going out onto the decking outside of the press box for exactly the reason you cited. I wanted to be enveloped in the noise and the sound and the energy, and it was very emotional, particularly when that tifo went up and then the Listo Verde, and again, I feel privileged.
And then on the half the time I saw your tweet, the green lights, man.
It was
really
beautiful.
Chilling. I mean,
yeah,
it really was.
Really
That's
chilling.
a good word. Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
I think there's so much about Q2, aka the treehouse.
Yes,
which is what I call it.
We're working on that.
There's so much about the treehouse I think has the opportunity to be iconic. I think it's the lighting. I think it's the roof. I think it's honestly that supporters group section. It didn't really hit home to me until I saw the game. I was there on Wednesday, but on Saturday, that wall of green and the sound that came off of it, I think that has the potential to be something really special in MLS.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. And also the journalists are cuter than any other places. The journalists and the writers and
we're a handsome bunch of people. That's true.
Anyway, so it was like really, really good. Now, is this what you guys expected?
Honestly, no. I mean, I've been here since 2008 in Austin, and I've never seen something like this before. I've never been part of a city that had a professional team. And so, I was there for the 7-4 vote for the city council. I was there for the Yeti announcement with the El Jefe Verde. And so, a lot of these things. I was there for the groundbreaking of the stadium. So I can honestly say I'm one of the very few people that have been to a lot of these events. So to finally be there, in person, hearing it, it's indescribable. Just the joy of being there.
Just to tell the people, he has been even at the Capital Metro commercials.
I was in the Capital Metro.
So the only thing you need to what is what you are missing?
I've touched a little bit of everything.
An agent.
I need to be an agent or something. But,
the engineer, my friend.
Exactly. Yeah. All this
Okay.
is free,
So basically, everybody was talking about the first day. We visualize it somehow. Everybody different. I saw when this happened on Atlanta, it was amazing, especially the final game when Tata Martino won the cup.
Right.
It was amazing, and also the Seattle Sounders. But I think Austin is even. I mean, I think they are at the same level than those guys.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the things that help both Atlanta and the Sounders is that they have a lot of fans. So, they have, I think, 60,000 easy for both of them. So we're a third size of that of those stadiums. But honestly, I think we produce the same amount of decibels.
And also this is like something very contagious.
Yes.
It's not. I was talking when we talked to Steve Adler, the Mayor Adler. He said, "Well, we're going to be in the full capacity here. We're going to be at 100% perfect." It was just, not just the stadium. Everywhere.
Yeah.
The bars, restaurants,
yeah.
the park, everywhere in Austin. They were like having watch parties because obviously not everybody could
get a
pay
ticket.
and pay for it.
Pay for it, yes.
Because the first ticket was, we did a report on Club Deportes. Somebody paid $2,500 for one ticket.
For one ticket, yep.
$2,500 for one ticket.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And they should have waited.
With San Jose.
Yeah, and honestly, they should have waited because the day just before, they were a little more reasonable priced, like 150, 100.
And that was another thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed, but exactly across from the press box, there were like, I don't know, 200, 300 empty seats.
Yeah, there were a few empty seats, and it's, I'm not sure the dynamics of that.
I don't think 200 friends together, they didn't show up. Because it had to be. Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to go, just give them away or something, But
they were together, so I believe it was that section that they probably opened at the end. Because that was another thing. Thing. This is like the way they sold the tickets. It was first apart, like the season tickets.
Yeah.
But then they hold the other part, and then a day before, as you said, they were $69 on. What is the company?
SeatGeek.
And SeatGeek, yeah.
Yeah,
they were affordable. They got affordable.
Definitely.
Suddenly.
But before that, like a week or 2 weeks ago, they were like $2,500.
They were hot.
Actually, ticket. I think the cheapest was like $250.
Yeah, easy. And that was in the supporter section.
And he was over there on the parking lot.
Yeah.
You can see it from that.
But one thing about the way the stadium is designed, there is not a bad seat.
No.
Every seat that you pick, whatever seat you pick, is a good view of the stadium. So even the supporter section, I guess we get a little bit into it in a minute. But the next home game is against Columbus, and so from what I hear, about 50 or 60 so far fans are going to come, and they're going to be seated in a certain section, which has been designated as the way section. Even they have a really good view of the stadium. So, just the design, it feels like you're in someone's backyard.
Yeah,
it's not a stadium.
I don't know how because I haven't been in a league's game in England, but I don't know how or what will be the difference if you talk about it. But with Mexico, Tigres is something very similar.
Yeah.
Than Tigres, because Tigres is like very supportive fan group, and I think Austin is even better or so loyal more than Tigres.
Yeah,
fans.
I mean, I can honestly say Libres y Locos is kind of our model of what we want to establish here in Austin FC. And kudos to Club Tigres, because on their Twitter accounts, they actually congratulated Austin FC
I saw that.
on their opening, which is very, very classy of them.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to watch them play in our stadium. They're going to be the first friendly. That's going to be an awesome game. So
It is.
you got to invite me for that
Yes,
show. But so once you get that kind of support from other leagues and other teams, I mean, it legitimizes what we're setting up here.
I think. Well, let me ask
Yeah.
you first the difference, and then we go to another thing that I want to mention. What would be the difference, or what do you see different on Austin than what you saw on England?
Oh, it's completely different. The energy, the dynamic of what happens in an English stadium is completely different. So, the drums, the horns, the heavy focus on music, which you have here, and I guess you also have in Mexico, that's really marginalized in England. In England, it's really more about the chanting. It's about the songs. It's about people expressing themselves using industrial language. It's a very different kind of energy. We have a section not dissimilar to the one we have in Austin here of really vocal fans who will tend to get the chants going. Everything starts there and then makes its way around the stadium. But it's a very different dynamic. Tifos are not a big thing in England. More so maybe in continental Europe, Italy, Spain, but in England almost never.
But you know what? The tifos are in Mexico. We call them trapos. Trapos. We call them trapos. But this was a piece of art.
Yeah.
Oh, this
is something that you
level.
can really put in a museum.
Right.
And we're going to go and watch them and really...
I reached out to the artist today and I said to him, what's happening with this tifo? This can't get rolled up and put in a corner somewhere. And he said, we're looking for a permanent home for it. We want to be able to display it. So, whoever's watching this, if we know some place we can display this, it needs to be out there for the
you have a picture there. A ver, Gerard. That's like it wasn't a picture, or it was a picture?
That's a rendering.
That's a rendering.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is. I mean, it looks. Oh, that's a picture. Es así.
Yeah, that is a picture.
That's a picture.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
And it's amazing how that roof, the shape of that roof really keeps the sound in the stadium.
Yeah,
it makes it cacophonous.
Exactly. I actually went to the women's soccer game late, and
I saw you there.
I saw you there, and so I was walking outside, and I couldn't hear the crowd all that much. I said, "Oh man, nobody's going to be there." But then I went into the supporter section, and it was loud. Not Austin FC loud, but U.S. Women's National Team loud. So that sort of gave the sense of the design that went into the stadium, how to keep the noise and amplify the noise inside the stadium and keep it there. So I would have loved to have heard the crowd from the outside, but I was too busy inside.
No, okay. So this is the thing. The stadium is no complaint about it. I think it's one of the best things I have seen in my life, talking about soccer.
Yeah.
And have been in many places, many stadiums, but this experience was incredible. I was on the first game with the Houston Dynamo. Nothing to compare.
Really?
Nothing to compare. I was on the first game also on which one, on Omni Live. It was good, but this feeling was different. Now let's go to the soccer part, which it wasn't that particular good.
Right. Yeah. It obviously, because I was in the supporter section and I was down at the bottom, the base. So my perspective of the game was very different. I mean, kind of like you guys in the press box, I had to look up into the big screen so I could see replays and what was going on. So honestly, I'll be honest. I did not get to experience the game.
Yeah, probably, exactly.
I was in a party.
Exactly.
That was a party, and by the way, there was a game going on. So that was my first experience. So obviously, you guys' perspective is a little different.
It's exactly. I talked to Roberto Salazar from La 512.
Yeah.
And
he was there. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, it's amazing. What was amazing? I mean, he was like really still with the bump.
Yeah.
But he actually didn't look at the game
I paid attention as best I could from my angle. And one thing that I do want to mention is just the speed, because I watched a lot of soccer games, on TV and even live and everything, but you don't really get to see the speed of how these players just hit the ball while you're down there. I mean, I thought you've seen a lot of replays of people getting hit with a ball that they don't expect it. The speed at which the players hit that ball, just incredible. I was sitting right next to a guy. There was a space around this, about just Mark and I at the stadium, and there was a missed shot by, I think, Pochettino or somebody, and it zipped by us. we had no time to react at how fast this ball was hit, and so that's a little bit of a different perspective that I'm glad that I had.
Me esperas con esa, Gerardo. Ahorita te digo cuándo. I want a question before I go, and Mark is too quiet today.
Yeah,
he's not usually quiet on the press conference.
Yeah, we'll get to the taxes in a bit.
Let me ask you one thing. The supporters group area, did you guys choose it, or they put you there?
It's basically open. We aren't assigned a seat. So
no. But what I'm saying is, it wouldn't be good to have the screen on the other side. I know going like this. That you guys gonna have.
We're gonna have our neck strains a little bit, but unfortunately, I think that was designed that way because that screen was meant more for the rest of the spectators instead of us.
Because they know you're not gonna go and watch the game. You just go.
We're gonna party. We're at the party, and so. But I think eventually, things evolve and things happen. I think there's a stadium. More than likely, it's designed to have about 2,000 or 3,000 more seats, and I can bet you right now the plans are in the works now to expand that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think that's probably what they're waiting for, and then install an additional screen, and then that would help.
I think, and this is what I think, especially because we're not the same size as Houston.
Right.
Houston was the big thing for the city.
Yeah.
1 or 2 years. After the
second BBVA, right?
The BBVA. No, even since the first one. Since the University Stadium. University of Houston Stadium.
Yeah.
But they were like, I would say 4 years.
Yeah.
Now you see, you watch a game with Houston and there's full of empty seats.
Yeah. I went to a CONCACAF Champions League by invitation of Libres y Locos, and León against Dynamo. It was a home game for Tigres. It was a home game for Tigres.
Yeah.
Just filled to the brim with Tigres fans and just a little teeny tiny section of Dynamo fans.
And I want to see that, man, on the day when Tigres.
That is what I'm waiting for.
Awesome.
Because they pride themselves on invading other home stadiums. I really think they're going to have a hard time doing that here.
I really do. I don't have a Mexican team right now.
Yeah.
I have no team.
León is good. León is good.
Okay, so I may go Tigres.
León is a big one.
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah, but so
I pick one for every country because I feel like you have to have a dog in the hunt.
And that's what's so good about soccer. You can have 200 teams,
right,
and none of them are ever going to play each other, and you're still.
That's it. I mean, USL I have the switchbacks. MLS I have Austin. Obviously England I have Forest.
Yes.
But in every country, I follow AS Roma in Italy and Real Madrid in Spain.
Right.
So every Saint Etienne in France also wear green. So maybe Tigres. Maybe Tigres.
Yeah, you see, one of the things with the Mexican people, I don't know if you notice it, but the Mexican people goes with the national team all over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a real thing. Like a big thing for Mexicans, follow the national team.
Same with England.
We were on Nuremberg, just to give you an idea. There was like a 25,000 people stadium, and we were 50,000 there, 50,000 Mexicans.
Wow.
So basically, it was the stadium. We had only half of it, like 13,000.
Yeah, that's.
But they were selling tickets on that time for 2,000 euros, right? To watch the game. People was buying them.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the thing with the Mexican national team. But about the regular teams, there are teams that they don't even watch them. I mean,
but Tigres, very few.
Tigres it's a very good thing you said.
Yeah.
That Austin FC the fan base, it's kind of picking up.
Yeah,
Tigres.
Because I think just geographically, we're one of the closest cities to Monterrey, which is where.
And
Tigres is. Rigo, a couple
Rigo,
other guys.
we need to bring him again.
Yeah, I feel sorry for that guy when they announced that Tigres was coming because his heart must be divided right now. So,
he's gonna be verde.
He's gonna be verde.
I never saw him with
already.
the yellow. Have you seen him with the yellow and blue?
I have.
Really?
Yes, I have.
Oh man, never mind.
But that was back in the day. I mean, we used to organize trips to Monterrey to watch them. But
why los verdes? They should have called them free and crazies.
Why not? We should have translated it that way, but
Anyways.
It made sense. Yeah.
All right, going back to the soccer part. George Wolf said that the players are having some kind of pressure because they don't score, they have opportunities. What do you say on that, Mark?
Honestly, I thought it was a really entertaining game, and I thought that Austin acquitted themselves pretty well, with the exception of not being able to score.
Let me. Can you play that the Diego Fagundes? ¿Qué minuto era? What minute was it?
The header?
Yeah.
It was early. I want to say it was around 10 or 15, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it was early in the game. I saw it from way across the field, but
Right that was almost. What is it? What is the minute?
Here it is. That's the header.
I can see the minute, but okay. That
There
was
you go.
really
I said
early.
10. Look at
there
that.
you go.
Look at that.
well, that was the
That's
first.
what happens when you watch it back twice.
But Mark, it took him 10 minutes to do that. 10 minutes.
I know, but there's pressure in advance of that, and then you look at the shots. We outshot them. And in fact, what's interesting in terms of possession, most of the games this season we won on possession. This game was about a 50-50 split. We gave up possession, I think, in order to try and force the game. We were anxious to get into the attacking third, and I think we were way more direct than I've seen us be. It's a lot of tick-tacky usually with Austin FC. I think we were way more direct. And you look at the chances we had. Stroud had a great chance over the bar. You mentioned Pochettino earlier. Cecilio had a couple.
Yeah.
Lima was getting sights on goal. Man, I talked to Lima in the lead up to the game that week. I got an interview with him. He was so anxious to score his first goal for Austin against San Jose, right? Because he came from there,
team,
right? So it just that once one goal goes in, I think the dam will break. That being said, I think we need reinforcements. I think we need help. The transfer window, as I said earlier, it can't come around quick enough.
I don't see what Josh Wolf can do. I mean, he already talked about getting new people.
Yeah.
He already mentioned that there's some,
options, I guess.
Not options, but they have already a mind.
Yeah.
To have somebody.
Okay.
But he didn't say what, how, where, how. But he just mentioned that they need people in front. Actually, it was a tweet from Club Deportes. But you have a guy who everybody thought it was going to be the star, and he's using the number 10.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been.
I think
He hasn't been. I don't know if Mark is going to say something different, but
he's trying, but
let it go.
I think he's just playing in the wrong position. They've tried to play him centrally in the past two games, and I think he did well. But Cecilio. But that's not his position. He's more of a left wing player.
See, personally, I would like to see Cecilio in the hole. I'd like to see him as number 10, but I think you can only do that when you have somebody in advance of him who he can play off. And for whatever reason, right now, and I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but right now, Danny Hosen doesn't appear to be that guy. Now, he could be, but from what we've seen presently.
He could be, but it hasn't been.
Yeah, and Hosen really doesn't, even though he's a striker, I haven't seen him up front. He sort of stays in the back. So, he really... I don't know if that's by design or if he's, if that's the type of player that he is. He plays from the back and then attacks, but he's not out front.
You need someone to lead that line.
You need someone to lead that line.
Shoulder of the last
I saw a hashtag saying golf out, right? A hashtag golf out, and I saw the hashtag and I said, you know what? It's weird, right? Because it's a 9 game. But also, it's a new team. It's a first home game. I mean, it's kind of hard to judge him like that.
Yeah.
But it's just one guy.
Yeah.
It's just one guy. If you hashtag Wolf out, it's just one guy doing that.
Yeah.
And it's just un reventador. How we can say in English reventador? A hater?
Hater. Yeah, a hater.
Let's say a hater.
He's a hater. And so, I think I don't foresee Wolf getting fired anytime soon. But at the same time,
what changes? What changes? You take out Josh Wolf, you put in another coach tomorrow. What changes?
It's the same personnel.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and I think the style that we play is actually pretty attractive. I think what they're aspiring to.
I think it will change. I think it will change. Whoever, if you change a coach, definitely changes because I think the players
Not necessarily for the better.
Probably not for the better, but
let me put this to you. What if you take Austin right now and you put Wondolowski in the 9?
I mean, I don't know.
Makes all the difference.
I know what will. I mean, it's impossible to say what will happen, but what I'm saying or what I'm trying to understand or basically what I see on each game is the players are too comfortable with golf. This like they're cool. Golf is cool. Golf is nice. You don't see golf angry anywhere. When I asked him about Cecilio one day, I said, you know what, Cecilio's doing nothing. He said, well, that's your reward to criticize, but for me, he's doing everything good.
It's the modern coach. It's Gareth Southgate.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yes,
exactly, and he's
true.
very smart. When he answered, he's very smart. Josh, I mean, I really like him. Josh is it's a coach. I mean, he's doing, but I think in some point, I don't know if he's now, but I believe the players can get so comfortable that they don't do. The only guy, I mean, there are a couple of guys. I think Gallagher was one of these on this weekend. But Fagundes.
Yeah.
Fagundes, he really tries.
Different level.
Yeah.
Tries his best. And I think this is the, let it go. I think this is from a different point of view. But I think this is the opportunity that Fagundes had. It was almost the score, but Fagundes is the only one who is really fighting. Yeah, that was almost it.
Yeah, that was almost it.
So I have a couple of quick points to make on this. You're right about Fagundes. I know we love Stuver.
Yeah.
Stuver had an amazing game, but most of Stuver's saves came in the second half of the second half. Fagundes was the Energizer Bunny the first minute until he was on his knees. And he basically asked for a sub because he's like, I'm done. I think Fagundes was man of the match this last weekend. I think he was different level. But it's interesting on that opportunity, something that struck me, in pre-season, Toto Pochettino scored 2 worldies, right, from free kicks.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Have we seen him take a free kick since?
We have not. No.
Why not? And I don't understand that.
Because that's the thing. I mean, I believe, and you could see that on the second half, Cecilio was in front of the, I mean, not in front, but it was a better opportunity if he passes the ball to the middle, to the center, to 2 players that they were there. I forgot the names.
Stroud was one,
and I think it was, I forget. It was a Stroud.
Yeah, and Gallagher probably.
Okay, yeah. And they were like, hey, we're here.
Yeah.
But it seems like Cecilio wants to do everything. Cecilio wants to score. Cecilio wants to be.
I get the feeling that they're putting too much effort. I think they're psyching themselves out. Obviously soccer is a mental game as well, and so they're trying too hard to score. And I think Cecilio's trying too hard to be the man, and he's really not looking up at other guys, other teammates that have a better shot, and he's trying to force the goal, and it's just not working. So
now Poche,
yes,
he should take the number 10 responsibility.
I don't see why not. Yeah,
because he hasn't. I mean, he's been to work. He was the one who sent the pass to Fagundes, as you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and he has been on and on.
He's been good.
He was mad. I think it was last week it was a couple of weeks ago when they kicked him out. I mean, when the substitution and the team just went down. I mean, that was on Kansas, I believe.
Kansas,
mm-hmm. Yeah. When they took out Poche, the team just disappeared.
They didn't do anything after that.
He was mad. I mean, You can see that on the screen.
Yeah.
Because I was watching it on TV.
Yeah.
And he wasn't happy, but Josh Wolf, when I asked him, he said it was because he was tired.
Well,
he's being asked.
Jinx.
He's being asked to do a lot defensively, and Wolf has
Yeah.
also talked about the need to try and get him further up the field, which is why I think against Kansas we saw kind of a 4-4-2, and we saw him almost shoulder to shoulder with Cecilio. Wolf is trying to put him in positions where he can get a sight on goal. No player on this roster needs a goal more badly right now than Tomás Pochettino.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once he scores, it's going to be a weight off his shoulders, which again is why I come back to the whole free kick thing. You know what? If you're within 30 yards of goal and it's a central sight, give him the ball. Cecilio, it's okay. Let other people do stuff. It's okay.
Yeah. And so along those lines, I think Pochettino has been asked to do more defensively, but that's not his game.
No.
He's more of a box-to-box
But that's
offensive
because
player.
Pereira was
one more
injured,
thing.
so, yeah.
Cecilio's attitude, I really don't like it at all. I mean, every time we have talk,
We can
I
agree
ask
on
him,
that.
You know, I ask him, you know, what is the pressure? Oh, there's no pressure. There's nothing. Hey, what do you think about MLS? Oh, it's very easy. You know, it seems like he's taking vacations from all the pressure they had on Paraguay and all the pressure he had in America.
I can't speak to that, but
In Independiente in America. I mean,
America.
yeah, I can't speak to that. For me, in terms of his attitude, I get very frustrated in how during games and how he engages with the referee. So he's trying to break through. You know, he's got the ball. He's trying to break through, and some tugs on his shirt. He stops running. Hey, referee, did you see that? You need to go ahead and whistle for that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You play the game. You play the whistle, right? It's not your job to officiate. And that really bothers me. And obviously, we've had a few instances recently of him going to ground really easily. MLS pulled him up this week with the
Yes, I was going to
disciplinary.
mention that.
How much was it?
Undisclosed. They did not
they
say.
did not.
They didn't say it.
It's on Club Deportes, but I didn't do it.
He's a very talented player.
I want to say, quiero saludar y quiero dar las gracias a toda la gente que trabaja en Club Deportes por todo el trabajo que están haciendo. Increíble. Julianis, Daniela, Winifred, Gerardo aquí también. Tocayo.
Seba,
I'm thanking everybody
Seba,
to
yeah.
work with us.
Yeah.
It's like an amazing coverage. Now, talking about the Argentinians, did you guys notice there was a river?
There was a River
The
Plate
River
guy.
flag right there.
I saw that.
I didn't like the security people went there and took that flag from
Yeah,
these
come
guys.
on. This
Really?
is, you know, it's a lot of fun.
That's
and,
really-
and another thing that somebody was mentioning was the Fighting Leslies. Did you guys see those guys? It was a group of guys that had bagpipes and drums and dressed, you know, like from Ireland and stuff. They were up in one of the
I didn't
sections.
see
So
them.
I didn't see them. I just saw them a little bit on Twitter. So we need to hook up.
And it was only Leslie's?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I saw
dressed
one guy. I swear, I saw the guy on the parking.
Yeah.
Not on the parking, but going inside. And I said, oh, man, this guy's like,
Yeah,
looks like a...
it's like 10 guys.
Do you know Leslie? Do you know who that?
He's
Okay.
one here. Yeah, we need to talk about
Yeah,
Leslie
I think
Cocker,
you can tell him.
I'll tell him.
It's an iconic guy here in Austin.
He was a homeless guy,
But before he was-
cross-dresser.
But before he was like a
He ran for mayor. He embodied Austin. So I don't think we have enough time to talk about him. But I'll
vamos a
introduce
ver
him.
a Leslie.
Yeah, we'll research him. Yeah,
Una foto de Leslie
Definitely.
para que no la pongas.
yeah, but
He's gonna find the producer.
he's gonna find
Gerardo
out.
is gonna try to find
But some of those are not suitable for
Sí, algunas que se pueden ver, güey, no se vayan
not suitable for work. So be
Well,
careful.
they have a logo. I'm assuming it's the logo, Leslie.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, they have a Twitter account and everything. So
Okay.
the Fighting Leslie. So
Yeah,
I'm
very
sure
cool.
I'm sure we'll hear more about those guys. They even had a little tifo. and
Those are the
everything.
kind of things as well that elevate the whole
Yes,
experience,
exactly,
right? Because
'cause-
those will become tradition. They'll become part of the fabric of the club on match day.
And that's one of the things that I found most amazing is, you know, I've been in the weeds of a lot of the supporters groups, but even I didn't know about these guys. So there's going to be groups popping up all over the place, and I can't wait for all these different groups to come out together and support Austin. So you know, again, you know, but going back to the game, you know, I think the players realize the support is there. You know, the backing is there. They tried really, really hard. I saw Bagundes was probably one of the most vocal ones. about how disappointing the team was that they didn't get a result for the fans. But I think the pressure is going to be mounting now on the players to perform, especially in the next game. I mean, imagine the explosion of everything if Columbus is the first MLS team to score in Q2 Stadium instead of us. That would be monumental.
Now, you guys saw that?
We saw the plane.
The plane with a what is it, like a sign?
Yeah, it was a banner.
A banner saying, "Precourt, it's a snake."
Precourt is a snake.
It's a snake.
That's what it was saying. But it didn't deter. I mean, if somebody hadn't pointed it out to me, I wouldn't have seen it.
Leslie
Cochran.
Le pones Leslie Homeless in Austin. Leslie Homeless Austin, a lo mejor te
sale.
Sí,
the flip side to the possibility of the Crew being the first team to score at Q2, which is something I mentioned in the press box, and you should have seen everyone in the press box turn green. They turned verde when I suggested that idea. But the flip side to that is that we have the potential now, Austin FC, to score our first goal against the current MLS Cup champions.
That's true.
I mean, that's a piece of history. Irregardless, we need to get the job done in Minnesota, because if we don't get on the scoring trail tomorrow against Minnesota, the next 4 games are at home, but they are.
Una chistosa.
The next 4 games against the Crew, as we mentioned, Timbers, LA FC, and Seattle.
Yeah.
I don't know that there are 4 stronger teams in the West. So if we can't get off the mark against Minnesota, it's going to be uphill.
I mean, there's Leslie Cochran.
Oh, fantastic.
He used to walk around in Speedos in downtown.
Very good.
So
that's actually what I do in my own house, but
that's your regular attire.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're watching it here on the monitor, but we're gonna have Gerardo do it.
It's Austin right there.
It's Austin right there. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. He passed away in 2012. But
2012.
Yeah, it's been a while now. I'd like to look it up. And like we said, he was part of the TIFO as well.
But when I arrived here on 1997, there you go. There is a guy.
Yeah.
The person who gave me a tour on downtown, she told me you need to take a picture on the 360 bridge.
Yeah.
On the Capitol and with
Leslie Cochran there, at Barton Springs.
And I missed that one.
I never got to meet him, unfortunately. But
you were already here.
Yeah, I was already here. Yeah, my wife did get to meet him in a weird way because she was with a friend. They were jogging in Barton Springs or Zilker Park, and he was riding his bike in a Speedo.
As you do.
In the bikini Speedo. So kind of full Leslie experience.
¿Se oye o raya mucho? Ok. Fíjate si problemas técnicos de...
Just so you know, man.
Okay. So we have about a few minutes to go. Okay. What is next for the for the team? You said Minnesota has to, the
got to score.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, we say that over San Jose.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be San Jose.
Right.
Do you really hope? Well, Minnesota is the number 10, right?
Yeah, they're
we're in the number 10.
We're number 10.
Number 11.
I think
Where you
No, Minnesota would be game 10.
Yeah, game 10.
Which coincidence?
No. What I'm saying on the position.
Excuse me.
We're on the standings.
Yes.
We're on number 10, and Minnesota is 11.
Yeah. So it's a game to get. I mean, they played well again the last time they were there as well. So they really need to put all their efforts into this game.
No, está bien,
come back with a little bit of a streak. I mean, it's good that they haven't lost. They played very well against Seattle. They played well against what was the last game that they played against Sporting Kansas City. So they're just that final third, that decision making right when they need to score a goal. That's all they need. And like I said earlier, I don't know if it was a mental thing that they're trying too hard and they just need to get into the flow of the game with each other.
One of the things that we've been missing as well, I think, the last few weeks is the ability to carry that ball. We're a passing team, and our interplay's been good, and we've been able to, kind of matriculate at the field really effectively. But it always helps when you have that one player who, going back to England, like a Jack Grealish,
Yes,
right? Who gets
yeah.
the ball at his feet and all of a sudden he's like, I'm going to beat 2 players. Danny Pereira is back in practice.
Yes.
I don't know if Pereira is going to feature against Minnesota, but if he doesn't, he will be involved in that stretch of 4 games that are going to be extremely challenging. To have a player like that back on the field who can pick up the ball and run at people, cause panic, that's something we've missed, and that's going to be, I think, important to have back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I know he's a young player. He's only played in
Fearless,
college. But what he's shown so far as a professional, he's fearless.
Yeah,
He really gets into it. So that could be something that helps Pochettino alleviate some of his defensive duties so he can be more up front. So that could be the answer.
What's interesting is I was in Colorado Springs a few weeks back for the opening of the Switchbacks new stadium.
Yes.
And I got to see Philip Mayaka, who was the first.
Right.
He was supposed to be the first round
Supposed to
pick
be.
in the Super Draft, ended up going 4. Either
Fourth,
way.
I think so, yeah.
He wasn't 1, right? He was picked up by the Rapids.
Right.
And so right now he's with the Switchbacks. So I got to see Mayaka in the flesh. Austin FC made the right decision. Danny Pereira is different class
Yeah,
to
he
Philip
really is.
Mayaka. And that's not to say Philip Mayaka as a player won't be a great pro. What Pereira brings to Austin FC is much needed, it's been much missed, and I can't wait to get it back.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. The real thing is Austin FC needs a win. Doesn't matter if it's today or it's Sunday, but they need to win.
Yeah,
They need to
they
win.
need
I
to
mean,
win,
It's, now, another thing that I was talking to somebody, and I actually want to show you the text, the message they sent me. They say, these guys are sharing everything. Like they lose, they're happy. They tie, they're happy. They win, I mean, they haven't won that.
Yeah, there's nothing to
Los
share.
Verdes, the anthem, La Murga. Are you guys gonna like kind of make some pressure to the team to give results?
I think what goes
like in a regular. I mean, in a regular team, sometimes the fans they start.
They voice their
or,
opinion
or something.
And one thing that about the supporters group is that we don't quite have the ear of the players yet, but they know we're around, and so I think for the most part, I think supporters still in a honeymoon phase. They want to see them and support them and do and not say bad words about them or anything like that. But it's going to come. I mean, they need to provide results, and I think a lot of the fan base is starting to get a little bit worried that we're not getting results.
I don't think you guys are worried.
So-
I don't think. Do you think they're worried about the results? Los Verdes
You should see our Slack. We're worried.
I think honeymoon period is a great term. I think right now folks are enjoying it. They're enjoying the
That's what
experience.
I'm saying,
Every
that's-
week is a first.
Yeah.
It's the first win, it's the first goal, it's the first home game. That way, the first home win. Everything is a first. And I think the honeymoon period is probably going to stretch on into the summer. Once that transfer window rolls around, we'll see what kind of business is done. I think at that point, fans are really going to start to hold the club's feet to the fire and say, okay, you've had the opportunity to spend money, you've had the opportunity to bring in what you need.
We're giving you the support.
We want to see the push to the playoffs now.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, people will get vocal.
And we have the first arrested on the women's game.
Yeah.
Somebody jumped to the field.
Yeah.
And
I
he
was
was
joking.
arrested.
I was joking with the anthem guys. There were 3 things that legitimize the stadium when you christen a stadium. 1, you need touts outside. I think you guys call them scalpers, right? Selling tickets. 2nd, you need a Mexican wave. I don't care if people like it or hate it, but you need it, right? It needs a stadium has to have it. And the 3rd is you need someone running onto the field. We had that on Wednesday.
But you need the thing with this. It was somebody running to the game naked. He wasn't naked.
In honor of Leslie Cochran, I should have.
He did that, but we wrapped him with a scarf in a flag really quickly.
Okay. Okay. No, well, but you're right. The Mexican wave. I know who started it. I saw the guy doing it. He's from Torreon. His name is Ramon because he's always in all the games.
On all these things.
Ramon Ramirez. He was like with his wife.
Yeah.
trying to tell everybody, and people was like, it took him about 10 minutes to do that.
What's his name?
His name is Ramon Ramirez.
Okay, I love you. See, Ramon Ramirez.
Ramirez.
That's just awful. I love that.
Ramon Ramirez, yeah. And he was like really happy. I went to talk to him and said, man, you're crazy. Because he said, I thought it wasn't because they start with the telephones in the middle of, just before the wave.
Right.
And the fonts are also awesome. You know what they did in Leon? Mm-hmm. In Leon, that's probably something that we should tell these guys and I don't know who the organizers or whoever from the Austin FC.
Yeah.
They give some kind of a plastic green square or rectangle. So the guys on his phone, their phone, they put the green one, and it was the stadium on Leon was everything green. Yeah. It was
cool.
Really good.
That's a simple app.
Yep.
Exactly.
Simple app.
Yeah.
So well,
Next thing,
guys, we have about 22 minutes. Mark, I really thank you. Follow you.
Thank you.
You guys want to follow him on Twitter? You can tell your Twitter.
Sure. Yeah, it's at LWOS Mark Turner. And yeah, go to Twitter. You can get links to all my articles. I always do match recaps. I also drop articles periodically, and I have a series going right now of interviews with the players. Every couple of weeks I get to interview a new player, find out about their background and their connection to the game. So yeah, I appreciate anyone who wants to follow. Thank you.
Perfect. And also, we next week, ¿dónde estoy por acá?
Yeah, there you are.
Next week we're going to have a special show, not a special, like a kind of the commentary where we talk to the bars before the time. We talked to Mateo Clark. We talked to Rigo. We talked to the guys from the Austin Anthem. We talked to Jorge, and we talked to few people, even the Mayor Adler. I'm doing something like a kind of a documentary that is going to be premiere Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Don't miss it. It's going to be like really, really good. You will see the difference between what it was everybody expecting and what it is now.
Yeah.
So we have the before and after, and it's going to be good. And you know what? It's just like 5 months. No, actually, it was like 7 months. You guys look so different. I was checking the videos.
Yeah.
You guys in 7-8 months, you guys look. Mateo looks different. You know what? Rigo, he looks different. He looks older now.
He looks tired.
He looks tired. Oh yeah, exactly. Like
You had more hair.
I have more hair. Yeah, I have more hair. But that's why I'm wearing the cap.
Exactly. Bueno, guys, so muchas gracias. I thank you very much. Let's keep on this. Let's stay on this camera, Gerardo. Muchísimas gracias. We thank you very much. Don't forget to follow us, clubdeportes.com. That's really the best way to get information on the local sports, on the local soccer. Nobody does the coverage we do in Spanish, so you need to follow us on Club Deportes on Twitter and also clubdeportes.com. You can see everything there. And then this show and all the shows, you're going to be able to see them also right there on clubdeportes.com. Guys, again, thank you very much. And we want to invite you next time. Another day, not too far away.
Yeah. Thank you so much for doing the show in English.
Yes.
I'm privileged.
That's the thing. It wasn't that bad, man.
The only thing I know in Spanish is loco de la cabeza.
Loco de la
That's
cabeza.
it. I mean that beer, obviously.
No, you need to say the industrial words on Spanish.
Industrial words.
Adiós, cabrones, or something like that. All right, guys. Gracias, Gerard.